What's up, everyone? Today we're diving into something absolutely incredible. OpenAI just dropped ChatGPT Agent, and this is honestly a game changer. If you thought AI was impressive before, wait until you see what this thing can do. So here's the thing. OpenAI launched Deep Research and Operator earlier this year, and people went absolutely wild for them. Why? Because for the first time, AI wasn't just answering questions, it was actually going out and doing complex tasks. But here's what they realized: users didn't want separate tools. They wanted one unified powerhouse that could handle everything. Think about it. You want an AI that can research, take actions, use tools, navigate the web, create spreadsheets, make presentations, and do it all seamlessly over extended periods. That's exactly what Agent delivers. It's not just another chatbot. It's like having a digital assistant that can actually operate a computer, think through problems, and execute complex multi-step tasks. The team has been working incredibly hard to bring this vision to life, and what they've created is genuinely mind-blowing. Let me show you how this works in practice. The demo they showed is brilliant. They need to plan for a wedding, and instead of spending hours researching, they just ask an agent to handle everything. Here's the prompt. 4. Friends, Minya and Sarah are getting married. Help us find outfits that match the dress code. Suggest a few mid-luxury options considering the venue and weather. Find hotels, and don't forget the gift suggestions. Watch what happens. Agent immediately sets up its own virtual environment. This isn't just running on ChatGPT servers, it has its own computer with a full suite of tools. You can actually see the computer screen and watch the agent's thought process in real time. The fascinating part is how it approaches this. First, it opens a browser to research the wedding details. It's checking the venue, figuring out the weather, understanding the dress code. Then it switches between different tools as needed, sometimes using a text browser for quick information gathering, other times switching to a visual browser to actually interact with websites. This is where things get fascinating from a technical standpoint. Agent has access to 3 core capabilities, and the magic is in how it seamlessly switches between them. First, there's the text browser. This is similar to what we saw in deep research. It can rapidly scan through multiple web pages, extract information, and process large amounts of text efficiently, perfect for research-heavy tasks. Second, there's the visual browser. This is the operator DNA showing through. Agent can actually see web pages, click buttons, drag elements, fill out forms, and interact with user interfaces just like a human would. Third, and this is huge, it has terminal access. This means it can write code, analyze files, create spreadsheets and presentations, and even call APIs. It can connect to your Google Drive, GitHub, SharePoint, and other services if you explicitly give it permission. The breakthrough here is the reinforcement learning approach. They trained the model on incredibly complex tasks that require using all these tools together. Over time, it learned not just how to use each tool, but when to use which tool for maximum efficiency. The training process is fascinating. Initially, the model would try to use all tools for simple problems, total overkill. But through reinforcement learning, it developed much smarter tool selection. For example, if you ask it to find a restaurant and make a reservation, it starts with the text browser to research candidates. Then it switches to the visual browser to check photos and availability, and finally completes the booking through the interface. For creative tasks like building presentations, it researches online first, then switches to the terminal for coding and compilation, and finally verifies everything in the visual browser. This represents a fundamental shift from the separate deep research and operator tools. Deep research was amazing at reading long articles, but struggled with interactive elements. Operator excelled at web interactions, but was slow with lengthy content. Agent combines the best of both worlds. One of the most impressive aspects is how collaborative Agent feels. This isn't just about giving it a task and walking away, it's designed for ongoing interaction. In the mobile demo, they show how you can interrupt Agent mid-task to add new requirements. They're working on wedding planning, then suddenly remember they need shoes too. The agent immediately acknowledges the interruption and incorporates the new request seamlessly. This collaborative approach was crucial in the training. They taught the model to ask clarifying questions when required, to be interruptible, and to seek confirmation for important actions. For instance, before sending an email, it might show you a draft and ask for approval. There's also a takeover feature. If Agent makes a mistake, or you want to handle something personally, you can jump directly into its browser environment and take control. The performance numbers are genuinely impressive. Let me break down some key benchmarks. On humanity's last exam, which tests AI across broad subjects on difficult problems, Agent achieved 42% with tool access, nearly double the performance without tools. They implemented two-layer decontamination to ensure no cheating on this benchmark. On Frontier Math, which tests advanced mathematical reasoning, Agent hit 27%, a new state-of-the-art result. Unlike previous models that just use Python, Agent leverages its full toolkit browser, computer, terminal. For web-based tasks, Agent significantly outperformed previous models. On BrowseComp, which measures browsing ability, it achieved a 69% pass rate, a massive improvement over earlier versions. The spreadsheet bench results are particularly impressive. With LibreOffice and computer tools, Agent solved 30% of real-world spreadsheet tasks. When given raw Excel file access through the terminal, performance jumped to 45%. Perhaps most interesting is the internal banking benchmark, testing first through third-year investment banking analyst tasks. Agent significantly outperformed previous models, even handling complex financial modeling for Fortune 500 companies. Let's talk about what everyone's really wondering: who can access this and how much it costs. ChatGPT Agent is available exclusively to Plus and Pro users, which makes sense given the computational resources required to run this system. The rollout is happening gradually. OpenAI is taking a measured approach, starting with a limited group of users and expanding access over time. This isn't just about server capacity, they're learning from real-world usage patterns to optimize the system. For Plus users, this represents incredible value. You're getting access to what is essentially 3 premium AI tools: Deep Research, Operator, and now Agent Tensions, all unified into one seamless experience. When you consider that similar capabilities would require multiple separate subscriptions, the pricing becomes quite compelling. The computational costs are significant. Running Agent requires maintaining virtual environments, processing screenshots, executing code, and managing multiple simultaneous browser sessions. OpenAI has invested heavily in the infrastructure to make this possible at scale. One of the most exciting aspects is how Agent integrates with tools you're already using. This isn't about replacing your existing workflow, it's about supercharging it. The Google Drive integration is particularly powerful. Agent can create documents, spreadsheets, and presentations directly in your Drive, maintaining your existing file organization and sharing permissions. It's not just dumping files somewhere, it's working within your established systems. For developers, the GitHub integration opens up fascinating possibilities. Agent can clone repositories, analyze code, make commits, and even create pull requests. Imagine asking it to implement a feature and watching it research best practices, write the code, test it, and submit it for review. The SharePoint integration is huge for enterprise users. Agent can navigate complex organizational structures, update documents, and collaborate within existing team workflows. This bridges the gap between AI capabilities and enterprise requirements. What's really impressive is how Agent handles authentication and permissions. It doesn't store your credentials accurately. Instead, it uses secure OAuth flows to get temporary access tokens. When you revoke access, it's immediately cut off. Let's be honest about where Agent still struggles. Despite its impressive capabilities, there are definite limitations worth understanding. Complex multi-step tasks that require significant time can sometimes lose context or make errors in later steps. While Agent is much better at maintaining context than previous models, very long workflows can still be challenging. The visual browser, while impressive, sometimes struggles with complex web applications that rely heavily on JavaScript or have unusual interface designs. Modern web apps with dynamic content can occasionally confuse the visual recognition system. Agent can be overly cautious at times, asking for confirmation on tasks that seem routine to humans. This is by design for safety, but it can slow down workflows when you want rapid execution. File format compatibility is another consideration. While Agent handles common formats well, specialized or proprietary file types can sometimes cause issues. The system works best with standard formats like PDF, DocX, XLSX, and common image types. Real-time collaboration on documents can be tricky. If multiple people are editing the same file while Agent is working, conflicts can arise. The system handles this better than you might expect, but it's not perfect. What we're seeing with ChatGPT Agent represents just the beginning of a massive shift in how we interact with AI. This isn't just about better chatbots, it's about AI systems that can actually execute complex tasks in the real world. The implications for productivity are staggering. Imagine having an AI assistant that can handle your email, manage your calendar, research and book travel, create presentations, and even handle basic project management, all while you focus on high-level strategy and creative work. For businesses, this could fundamentally change how work gets done. Instead of hiring specialists for every task, companies could have AI agents handle routine work while humans focus on relationship building, strategic thinking, and creative problem solving. The educational possibilities are equally exciting. Students could have AI tutors that don't just answer questions, but actually help with research, create study materials, and provide personalized learning experiences. Teachers could focus on mentoring and inspiration, while AI handles curriculum development and assessment. Looking ahead, we're likely to see even more sophisticated agent capabilities, multi-agent systems where different AI agents specialize in different areas and collaborate on complex projects. Integration with IoT devices and smart home systems, perhaps even AI agents that can coordinate with each other across different companies and platforms. ChatGPT Agent represents a genuine breakthrough in AI capability. This isn't just incremental improvement, it's a fundamental shift toward AI systems that can actually operate in the real world and handle complex multi-step tasks. The convergence of research capabilities, web interaction, and computational tools in a single system is something we've never seen before at this scale. While there are still limitations, the potential applications are virtually limitless. For creators, professionals, students, and businesses, this technology offers the opportunity to dramatically amplify human capabilities. The key is learning to work with these systems, effectively understanding their strengths, working around their limitations, and finding the right balance between AI assistance and human oversight. If you have access to ChatGPT Plus or Pro, I highly recommend experimenting with Agent. Start with simple tasks and gradually work up to more complex workflows. The learning curve is surprisingly gentle, and the potential for productivity gains is enormous. The future is here, and it's more exciting than we imagined. AI agents like this are going to reshape how we work, learn, and create. The question isn't whether this technology will change everything, it's how quickly we can adapt and harness its potential. What are you going to build with ChatGPT Agent? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the latest AI developments. The AI revolution is just getting started, and we're here to help you navigate it every step of the way.